the suspect, Timothy McVeigh. 36-year-old Gary Allen Land and his roommate of several years, 61-year-old Robert Jacks, were arrested peacefully just before dawn today at a motel in Carthage, Missouri. The FBI did not take any chances surrounding the motel during the night.
They were asleep and apparently offered no resistance.
Land and Jacks had been the subjects of an FBI all-points bulletin. That's because their travels paralleled Timothy McVeigh's travels almost beyond coincidence. Their white Thunderbird with Arizona plates was allegedly seen pulling over to the side of the highway shortly after the bombing and after a trooper in Perry, Oklahoma, arrested McVeigh in another car. Later, law enforcement officials say Land and Jacks checked into the Dan D Motel in Perry, and they allegedly lived in Kingman, Arizona at the same time earlier this year that McVeigh did. Former neighbors say Land and Jacks kept mostly to themselves.
They kept plastic and everything over the windows, and they kept everything covered up so you couldn't see in the house.
One of those two men, Gary Allen Land, reportedly is not the bombing suspect, John Doe number 2. That suspect, we are told, has a tattoo, while Land does not.
In Washington, here.
Them sincerely. Reporting live at the Rockview State Prison in Benner Township, Pennsylvania. I'm David Ushery, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Okay, David, thank you very much. People in Manhattan are going to have a lot to say about a new postal address system that is supposed to speed up deliveries, but might not. Sometime next year, the post office is going to add a so-called key number to Manhattan apartment addresses. The number will identify each mailbox in the lobby of a building. Right now, many people don't list their name or their apartment number on their mailbox as a security precaution.
They may be wishing they had. Yes. Are your kids taking a risk every time they go to the playground?
Up next, our 7 on Your Side report uncovers hidden dangers that have already caused serious injuries.
You can have fun, but you gotta have fun in a safe way, because then you can be paying for it for the rest of your life.
We'll tell you why these swings shouldn't even be in the city playgrounds and what parents and kids have to beware of. Frightening details when we come back in just a moment. Stay with us.
Here, America's business is on the line. Totally dependent on telecommunications, the New York Stock Exchange. To lose critical lines of communication should never happen. MFS Communications helps keep the stock exchange members they serve up and running. MFS monitors potential problems. One fiber optic line backs up another. More reliability. From the biggest business to the smallest. MFS Communications, the can-do company.
I'd like to tell you about a company you may have heard of called American Standard. Sure, I know what you're thinking. American Standard, those are the guys that make toilets. True, but that's only part of the picture. They're actually a global company. In fact, they're the leading foreign producer of plumbing products in China. And if you've heard of Trane air conditioners, that's an American Standard company, too. They're one of the largest makers of commercial air conditioning systems in the world. So, American Standard does a lot more than just make toilets. Oh, yeah, their WABCO division created the anti-lock braking system found on half the heavy commercial vehicles built in Europe today. American Standard, more than you ever expected.
What if you could build a New York radio station that was really different? What if you could take out the tired old songs and the meaningless chatter, and you could put in today's soft favorites from artists like Billy Joel, Whitney Houston, and Elton John? If you could build a radio station that was really different, you'd have today's 93.1 FM. Try today's 93.1 FM, continuous soft favorites of the 80s and 90s.
Siemens Peace of Mind Guarantee takes the risk out of buying furniture. It's free with every purchase, only at Siemens.
See Siemens first.
Tonight, 7 on Your Side looks at the playgrounds that are supposed to offer safe and simple pleasure for our children in the city. But our investigation has found them to be anything but safe. Celeste Ford is here tonight. Special report. Celeste?
Bill, parents often make a basic assumption about playgrounds. They're safe. Yet in New York City, the most recent survey by the Parks Department found acceptable conditions at only 2 of every 5 sites. This caused us to wonder, are playgrounds safe grounds? Playgrounds are the definition of fun until something goes wrong. In Valley Stream, a girl fell from a jungle gym onto hard-packed dirt and fractured her skull. In Yonkers, a swing came apart and another fractured skull. In Manhattan, a 7-year-old boy fell while climbing a playground sculpture.
And I slipped and I fell back on on a brick, 15 feet high. And it severed my spinal cord.
With no protective padding to break his fall, Eric was paralyzed from the neck down. The most recent figures show in just 1 year, more than 200,000 children were injured on playgrounds across the country. And during the past 5 years, New York City alone has paid out more than $8 million resolving playground lawsuits. Eyewitness News took a closer look, and after surveying dozens of sites throughout the city, we found hazards parents may not recognize.
You can fall 12 inches onto something hard like concrete or rock, and you can get a skull fracture.
Fran Wallach, a safety expert who helped write the federal playground standards, joined us. Although falls cause the most injuries, she noted a blatant disregard for padding, a safety basic. Too thin, poorly maintained, or nothing at all. In the Bronx, a boy scrambles over a jungle gym 8 feet above the punishing concrete. A 15-foot climber is surrounded by dirt and broken glass.
This is the only park we have. There's no way we can't go any other way. It's the only park we have.
In Far Rockaway, another barren playground. And at the famous Washington Square Park, the child who falls from this 8-foot jungle gym will be lucky to hit a rubber tile.
Feel the weight of this.
Wallach says the Consumer Product Safety Commission recommended the removal of these cast iron swings 4 years ago. Yet here they are on Houston Street. 2 children have died in this country when the whimsical animals turned into battering rams, striking them in the head as they walked too close. We also found dozens of slides that could cause youngsters to strangle. See the space between the platform and the slide bed? Since 1985, 5 children nationwide have been killed when the toggle on their drawstring hoods got caught. A metal plate over the opening would have spared them. And at most playgrounds we visited, the swings are attached with open-ended hooks. The Parks Department says they're safe, but our expert says the hooks should be closed, like this one, to keep the chain from flying off.
The city has not put aside money and has not done anything in terms of upgrading these old pieces of playground equipment.
For generations, playground conditions were never questioned. But critics say today we know better. Trial and error taught us.
You can have fun, but you gotta have fun in a safe way, because then you can be paying for it for the rest of your life.
We showed the Parks Commissioner a videotape of our findings. He called the federal standards arbitrary, although he agreed protective padding is important. We'll hear more from the Commissioner tomorrow night as we look at playground maintenance, including our sandbox test. You may be surprised by what we found. And Bill and Diana, you may be a bit disgusted, too.
Disgusted and discouraged. Thank you very much,
Celeste. Thank you, Celeste. Scott Clark is coming up next with sports. The Rangers get a playoff tune-up tonight as they take on the Panthers from Florida. Find out how they look and if they're ready.
And Michael Jordan is feeling bullish, bringing his magic to the playoffs in his hometown. It's next on Sports. But first, here are tonight's winning New York lottery numbers, which were drawn earlier this evening.
And for those of you holding New Jersey tickets, here are your winning numbers. Now, tonight's live Take 5 drawing.
It's New York Lottery's Take 5 drawing, observed by an auditor from KPMG, Pete Marwick.
Good evening and welcome to New York Lottery's Take 5 drawing for Tuesday, May 2nd, 1995, where players can win cash prizes by matching 5, 4, or 3 numbers, or a free bonus ticket by matching just 2 numbers. Now for tonight's Take 5 numbers. The first winning number is 39. Tonight's second winning number is 5. The third winning number is 8. Tonight's fourth winning number is 13. And the fifth winning Take 5 number is 16. Tonight's winning Take 5 numbers are 39, 5, 8, 13, and 16. For the New York Lottery, I'm Kimberly Chapman. Thank you and good night.
All this traffic. You gotta get it first.
24 hours a day. Get it first. Get it fast. Get it now on 1010 Wins.
You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Beth Israel Medical Center is committed to quality. We're pleased that so many of our medical staff are HIP-affiliated physicians who share this commitment to excellence with Beth Israel Medical Center. Being a teaching medical center means we're right at the state of the art. Some of our academic and clinical leaders are physicians affiliated with HIP, and we're pleased to have them as part of the Beth Israel family. We insist upon the very best delivery of care to all of our patients.
You don't spend money the way your parents did. That's why Champion introduces Pay Down Your Debt.
It's a new home equity program that can replace your current monthly bills with a much lower payment.
Typically, we can save homeowners $500, $600, $700 a month.
This means a better quality of life and more financial security in this changing economy.
Call 1-800-CHAMPION now, and we'll show you how much our Pay Down Your Debt program could save you.
Are you ready for a better way to borrow? Champion says yes.
When Bell Atlantic visits Tangier Island, Virginia, they find a people who speak with the accent of their Cornish ancestors.
I'm both the youngest domino player, and I'm both the most handsome.
They also find people who want modern, reliable communications.
Look up your fax line. You tell me where you need.
The prospect of desktop collaboration.
25 bushels of the #1 hard crabs. You can talk face-to-face with somebody in Norfolk.
Only someone who knows where you come from can take you where you're going. Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
When I want the news, I want it fast.
24 hours a day. Get it first. Get it fast. Get it now on 1010 Wins.
You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Hockey at the Garden tonight, the Rangers and Scott Clark.
Bill, it's official. The Rangers' regular season is over, and they are the #8 seed officially after losing to the Florida Panthers tonight at the Garden. Who they play in round 1 of the playoffs is still up in the air. It'll be either Pittsburgh or Quebec, whoever wins that division. Before the game, Stephen McDonald on hand for the announcement of the Rangers Extra Effort Award that bears McDonald's name. And the winner is...
Mark Messier!
There you go. Before the game, Stephen McDonald was there to see it, and he didn't play again tonight, Mark Messier, due to back problems, but Messier had this award coming. Without Messier, the Panthers broke open a 2-2 tie in the third. 2 goals from Jody Hall. Florida wins for the first time in 5 tries at the Garden. Final 4-3. Let's head to the island now. And there you go, the last place Islanders, and showing it. They finished their campaign playing the first place Flyers, who had not won at Nassau Coliseum in over 4 years. The 12-game winless streak is over. Michael Renberg scored 2-0. Dominique Roussel gets the shutout. On the board, Pittsburgh losing to Washington 7-2. While the Knicks rest here at home tonight, the playoffs progress. In Chicago, find another chair, fella. This is Mike's chair from the old Chicago Stadium. Michael Jordan knows what he likes. We know what we like to see. Michael Jordan at work. He had 25, and the crowd went wild. Tony Kukoc says, anything you can do, I can do, kinda. He had 22. The Bulls rout the Hornets 103-80 for a 2-1 series lead. Elsewhere, Indiana swept Atlanta 105-89. Batter up, the Yankees. Hosting the Red Sox again tonight, the big bats were flying. We take you to Yankee Stadium, where it can sometimes be a lonely baseball abode. We hope she's all right. Jose Canseco was not. He pulled a groin in the 2nd inning, but Boston didn't need him. Now with the big bat of John Valentin, he takes Sterling Hitchcock deep to left field. The bases were loaded. That's right, it's a grand slam. 4-0 Red Sox. So Buck comes out and sits Hitchcock down. On comes Brian Boehringer, and out go the lights again in the 4th. This time it's Mo Vaughn with the bases loaded. It's another grand salami. Red Sox up 8-0 and another roadhouse party at the plate. Meanwhile, Von Eshelman, his major league debut, shut the Yankees down through 6. Got his first win. Final 8-0 Red Sox, but at least that young lady out there found some company to keep her warm in the cold confines of Yankee Stadium tonight. Nice ending. Cleveland over Detroit, 11-1 big. Toronto beat Chicago. Seattle and Texas still battling in the 8th. Kansas City over Minnesota by 1. And the Mets, they took their game across the border tonight to take on the Expos. But let's skip customs, folks. Let's get you right to Montreal. There, Jason Hakami lasted just 2 2/3 innings. Moises Alou, one of the many expos reaching him. This one a 2-run double. They worked up a 6-1 lead on the Mets, but they kept chipping away the Mets. Here in the 8th, Joe Orsulak knocks Brett Butler home to make it 8-6, but right now, well, just got the word. It's a final. Montreal wins 9-6. On the board, Atlanta took care of Florida by 6. Philadelphia over Cincinnati by 6. Houston and Chicago battling in the 7th, tied up. Pittsburgh over St. Louis. San Diego and Colorado all knotted in the 6th. Then San Francisco beat Los Angeles finally in 15. All right, it's Tuesday night. It's time for Tuesday Night the Fights. Tonight, Stevie Little but Bad Johnston moving in for the NABF lightweight title versus Howard Don't Call Me Lou Grant. But call him out. That's Stevie Johnson. He's little, but he's bad. And he is the title holder tonight. I'm Scott Clark. That's it for sports for now, folks.
For now.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Still ahead, a slow warm-up.
Sam's AccuWeather forecast is next. Stay with us.
Every week, I put the A&P circular and the circulars from the other supermarkets side by side, and I saw it for myself. A&P has the prices.
This week, boneless chicken breast for cutlets, the price $1.99 a pound. Golden bananas, 3 pounds for 99 cents. During A&P's America's Choice sale, get America's Choice apple juice, half gallon, 88 cents. America's Choice frozen vegetables, 16-ounce bags, 2 for 99 cents.
The great store, just next door, A&P.
I was just chosen for 3 new friends and family calling circles. I got so angry, I baked everybody who chose me an apple pie. Who chose me? My son and my 2 little girls here. Now, besides all the MCI savings every day, on Mother's Day, all our calls to everyone in our calling circles are free, all day long. So to AT&T, who's so worked up about circles, I say, get with it.
Eyewitness News.
Let's see what Templeton is up to. What's this? I knew it. Champagne? Lobster? So, you thought you could just slip a first-class ticket by me, did you? We'll just have a little chat, won't we? Ah, Templeton, pleasant trip. Here we are. First, business class? But that's impossible!
Introducing Transworld One, first-class service, business class fare.
Jersey Central Power and Light brings new energy to business. For savory equipment, building the best commercial cooking equipment requires the best employees, along with the right business partner. New Jersey offers one of the most educated and best-trained labor pools in the country. And with our help, Savory received over $140,000 for advanced workforce training. I'm Dennis Baldessari, president of JCP&L. Why don't you let us energize your business?
There's really no other radio station like PLJ.
No rap, no hard stuff.
The best songs on the radio.
Hear the difference on 95.5 PLJ.
There's no station out there like PLJ.
I'm Chris Wallace. Coming up on Nightline today, 2 were arrested in connection with the Oklahoma bombing. Now they may have to let them go. The search for suspects tonight.
Sam's here now, and let's hope things are going to warm up a bit.
We're going to try to tomorrow. It's going to be difficult as the system pulls off the Atlantic to really get good solid hours of sunshine in here, but by afternoon it's certainly possible, and we'll show you why. 49 degrees outside right now, relative humidity at 68%, the barometer's rising at this point. We've got a system that's moving just off our coastline, and it is bringing some clouds and still some lingering drizzle to some coastal areas, particularly out on the island. We'll show you that. North winds at about 5 miles per hour, which is going to keep it feeling a little cool, and even that damp, cool, misty feeling out there. You'll see some patchy fog in the morning, and maybe even some clouds will stay around for a while until midday. We hope to break into some sunshine. 52 degrees was the warmest number of the day, 45 degrees where we started earlier this morning. Other numbers around town now include 43 degrees in the northern corner, to 44 degrees on the Jersey shoreline, 47 once you're driving through Connecticut up toward Danbury, and 47 degrees as well on the end of the island. We'll also need to tell you that there are some good sides to May. One fact is you pick up about 57 minutes of daylight as the month progresses. That's from the beginning of the month all the way to the end. The daylight time gain, 57 minutes of sunshine. We hope, let's just see if we can get some sunshine in here tomorrow. Satellite satellite picture will show you out there are still some clouds wrapped around this low, and the low is traveling well off our coastline. The problem is that it's just picking up the cooler waters of the Atlantic and mixing it up here, and some of these clouds are going to be stubborn and not want to leave. You may remember the same situation we came into last Sunday when those clouds that didn't look that menacing out there but just kept us gray and not too much moisture would never break up and allow the sunshine through. It's the same thing that potentially could happen to some areas tomorrow. Look for it mostly from central Jersey southward, while inland areas try to break through the sunshine very early in midday, and that's what we're hoping for anyway. So here's the system. Morning low temperatures about 44 degrees, 41 out toward the end of the island. Inland numbers will take about the same range again. Remember, there's cloud cover around here early in the morning. 5:54 is your sunrise time. Again, we pick up extra hours of daylight in minutes each day. 66 degrees is what we're looking for as a high temperature, and again, the clouds should start to pull away, leaving most of us with some sunshine between the clouds and allowing us to warm up into the 60s. AccuWeather forecast continues like this. At 7 o'clock in the morning, it's about 44 degrees, mostly cloudy, patchy fog out there. I don't think we're going to have still a drizzle problem at that point. It should all be gone. 66 degrees, morning clouds should give way to some late sun. Again, it's going to be stubborn in some locations, but we're hoping to make it to the 66-degree mark with a little sunshine. Thursday evening, our next system comes in, 69 degrees, probably a shower at that point, and then it'll be the end of the weekend before we get another opportunity to get a shower in here.
And an extra 57 minutes.
That's right. To the
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Still ahead, opening night on Broadway.
And the famous faces are wondering to be or not to be. It's coming up next.
Perhaps more inspiring than its 210 horsepower engine is its 210 watt stereo system.
Put your head on my shoulder.
The all-new 1995 Eclipse from Mitsubishi. The new thinking in automobiles.
Honey, pinch me.
Return to your senses in Florida.
In Florida, adventure is just waiting to happen. Now you can take a daring helicopter mission to new Wild Arctic, where you disembark and explore a world beyond your wildest imagination. Only SeaWorld can take you there.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, the third day of May, the Senate Intelligence Committee votes on the nomination of John Deutsch as CIA director. The City Consumer Affairs Department steps up its campaign to enforce the ban on selling cigarettes to minors. More than 1,000 transit workers demonstrate against the contracting of work to the private sector. And Eyewitness News returns at 6 a.m.
Finally, opening night on Broadway for an eagerly awaited production of Shakespeare's Hamlet. After rave reviews in London, Hamlet opened at the Belasco Theater tonight. Big crowd turned out to see the classic drama. Veteran actress Lauren Bacall was among the well-known faces at tonight's opening. Actor Brad Pitt was there, so was Joe Siegel, our critic. Actor Ralph Fiennes brings Hamlet to life through July 22nd. It's the 22nd. And those are the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune for tonight.
Did you see Brad Pitt?
That's it.
That's the news for now. I'm Diana Williams.
I'm Bill Beutel. Nightline is next. For Diane and Sam, Scott, the entire Eyewitness News team, I'm Bill Beutel again. Good luck. Be well. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.